My beloved child, I call you into this moment with an invitation to rest in my presence. For I have shaped you with immense care and tenderness, and I am here to hold you close. Do not let your heart be troubled by the rush of each day, because I stand beside you, offering a gentle voice of reassurance that your worth is immeasurable. I am always near, wrapping my everlasting arms around you and whispering words of hope into the deepest corners of your soul, so you will never have to bear your burdens alone. Trust that I will comfort you at every turn, for I have loved you before you even began to breathe. I want you to embrace the promise of my unwavering guidance, for I have already prepared a path of light where your fears dissolve into my peace. Breathe in my mercy and step forward with courage, knowing I am with you always. My dear one, do not ever believe that you must walk this journey without the shelter of my love, because even in moments of loneliness, I knock on the door of your heart, ready to lift you up. I see every tear that falls, every sigh you breathe, and every hope you dare to hold deep within. And I promise that not a single emotion goes unnoticed by my watchful eye. I am here, offering my boundless compassion, so you may find rest from the storms that threaten to overwhelm your spirit. And I yearn to show you the wonders of my unending grace. Open your heart to my hidden treasures, and let your faith blossom as you cherish the certainty that I will never abandon you. My precious child, I invite you to step forward in this very hour with confidence, holding tight to the promise that I am ever present, guiding and fortifying your soul. Breathe in my strength, for my hand sustains you, and I delight in seeing you flourish in the light I have placed before you. Take heart and know that no trial you face is greater than the power of my love, because I will lead you toward victory beyond what you can currently see. Rejoice in my everlasting devotion, and be assured that a beautiful future is unfolding for you. I cherish you as a radiant gem, fashioned in my hand, reflecting a glory that surpasses all earthly splendor, and I rejoice in your uniqueness. Your every talent, your every dream, and your every longing have been carefully woven into the tapestry of your life, and I delight in seeing you embrace those gifts. Do not undervalue the beauty I have placed within you, for you are crafted with meticulous purpose, shining like a lighthouse in a darkened sea. Step forth in the knowledge that my admiration for you is endless, and cling to the assurance that I see you as my treasure. Remember that every beat of your heart echoes the care I invested in your formation, and my joy is magnified whenever you embrace who I made you to be. I have engraved your identity on my heart, and I call you by name with a tenderness that the world cannot truly understand. For I formed you with my own hands in that secret place. Even when doubt seeps into your mind and you question whether you measure up, I want you to know that you are my masterpiece, fashioned in love beyond comprehension. I have sculpted your personality, your smile, your hopes, and your skills with precise intention, so you may bless the earth with your presence. Stand assured in the fact that my esteem for you does not waver, and I smile each time you trust in how precious you are to me. Celebrate who you are, for I created you with purpose, and I delight in every breath you take. I drew the blueprint of your spirit with my infinite wisdom, weaving within you a capacity for love that can transform hearts around you, and I take great pleasure in watching your compassion grow. You are not a mere face in the crowd, but a bright testament to my creative power, an individual whose story I have carefully authored. Let no voice convince you otherwise. You carry my signature upon your very essence, and your worth is beyond any earthly measure. Embrace the knowledge that I celebrate each sacrifice you make for goodness, and I stand ready to multiply the seeds of love you sow. I have placed within you a song of hope that resonates with the harmony of my kingdom, and every time you choose kindness, you reflect my nature. Do not belittle your influence, because one act of tenderness can echo through eternity in ways you cannot imagine. My heart overflows with joy when you recognize your own significance in my plan, for I formed you with a divine spark that I long to fan into a brilliant flame. Hold fast to this truth. Your existence is a gift to the world, and I smile upon the beauty you bring. I have crafted your life with threads of purpose that create a tapestry of which I am indescribably proud, and I invite you to see yourself with my eyes of grace. Each time you show love, each time you forgive, and each time you speak words of life, the radiance of your spirit grows. Never think that I overlook your quiet efforts to reflect my goodness, for I see them and I am greatly pleased. Breathe deeply of my acceptance, for I have called you a child of light, and I will never forsake your true identity. You may wonder why I decided to craft you in the way I did, with certain gifts and certain limitations, yet I assure you, everything about you has been planned. I took delight in shaping your mind, your capacity for wonder, your ability to learn, and your desire to love and be loved. My intention was to write a story in your life that could point others to my truth, and I smile when I see you living that out with courage and humility. Remember this: I see you as a priceless creation, and I will forever remain close to you. I sing over you with delight, for you are my workmanship, a marvel far beyond the brilliance of the stars, and I want you to absorb my unwavering affection. When the voice of the world tries to diminish your self-worth, turn your ear to my whisper that says, "You are mine." I have inscribed your days with purpose, so the smallest tasks can become sacred reflections of my love. Rest in the certainty that you have been entrusted with a divine calling, and I will walk beside you every step you take. I celebrate you because I see in your heart a readiness to believe in what is good, a light that yearns to shine in the darkest places. You are not an afterthought nor a product of mere chance, but a living tapestry of my plan, woven with grace and redemption. Recognize your priceless value, for I have breathed my breath into you, setting you apart as someone with an eternal impact. Dare to stand tall in this awareness, and let your spirit rejoice in the knowledge that I am forever proud of you. You are the reflection of my heart, designed to echo my love in a world that yearns for hope, and I want you to fully step into that identity. Lay aside the comparison that robs you of joy, for I have made no duplicate of your essence, and I am deeply satisfied with who you are. When you awaken each day, remember that my purpose for you stands firm, and no voice can cancel my decree over your life. Let my truth embolden your steps, that you may press onward with faith and become who I intended you to be. Resist the urge to see yourself through the eyes of critics or naysayers, for I am the one who designed you in secret, and I know your eternal worth. I smile whenever you turn your gaze to me, acknowledging that your true identity resides in my unwavering acceptance. My hand has never stopped molding your character, refining your strengths, and using even your weaknesses as a canvas for my glory. Believe that my approval of you runs deep, and it is anchored in my unchanging love, which no storm can dislodge. I formed you to be a beacon of light in places where hope seems lost, and your smile alone can lift the spirits of those who wander in darkness. When others underestimate your worth, remember that I see the full picture, and I call you invaluable. I have sown seeds of gentleness, patience, and compassion into your heart, and I water them each day with my nurturing presence. Let nothing hinder you from embracing how precious you are to me, for I rejoice in every step you take toward my goodness. I hold you in high esteem, and I have sealed my claim upon you with an everlasting covenant of love, so that no condemnation can overwhelm you. Even if you feel small or insignificant among others, my perspective is eternal, and I see your potential beyond any human limitation. I have called you to stand in the dignity of one who carries my name, and I will watch over your every breath with an attentiveness that never fades. Draw strength from this knowledge. I, your Creator, regard you as priceless, and I will ensure your light continues to shine. I know your loneliness, those nights when your bed feels colder than ice, and your heart aches with a longing for someone to truly understand your deepest thoughts. My eyes see the hidden tears you wipe away before anyone can notice, and I reach out to hold you in those moments of aching void. The burdens you carry are not invisible to me, for I carefully measure each worry, each fear, and each silent cry that escapes your lips. Find your comfort in my awareness, for I will never allow your struggles to remain unanswered. I see the heavy load you bear when responsibilities weigh you down, making you doubt if there is enough strength left in your soul to push forward. Your weariness does not escape my notice, and each sleepless night you endure, I keep watch over your racing mind. I invite you to place those burdens in my hands, to trust that my shoulders can carry more than you ever imagined. Do not fear your exhaustion, for I will shore up your energy and renew your hope. You might wonder if I notice your frustration when people fail to see your efforts, or when you feel overshadowed by comparison and criticism. I do, and I am here, whispering that your faithfulness is never overlooked, for I see the sacrifices you make in secret. I know the sting of disappointment you face when your plans unravel and doors slam shut, leaving you questioning your worth and direction. But remember, I am still sovereign, and I hold you close, ready to transform your pain into deeper purpose. I am fully aware of those silent battles you fight, the ones that keep you staring at the ceiling late into the night, wrestling with past regrets and future uncertainties. Your mind may swirl with questions about whether your life matters, or whether you have fallen too far behind to ever catch up. Yet even in those shadows of doubt, I stand beside you with unwavering compassion, never judging your weariness, but gently guiding you back to my embrace. Place your head upon my shoulder in total surrender, for I will infuse you with courage to greet tomorrow. I see every anxiety in your heart, the anxiety of paying bills, keeping your loved ones safe, and wondering if you are enough to handle all that lies ahead. My child, I have counted each beat of your anxious heart and have prepared a peace that surpasses your understanding, ready to be poured into your spirit. I know you tremor at the thought of uncertain tomorrows, but I remind you, your future rests in my hands, and I do not fail. Do not allow your worries to steal your joy, for I have already mapped out a way through every storm. There are seasons when grief overshadows your days, whether from a loss you cannot easily put into words or a season of change that has left you feeling displaced. Do not think for a moment that your tears go unnoticed, for each one is a prayer to me, and I hold them like precious gems in my memory. The hole in your heart that seems impossible to fill becomes the very space where my comfort can flourish if you let me in. Invite me to walk through your sorrow with you, for I have endless compassion to mend your brokenness. I also see the moments when temptations test your resolve, and you wrestle with guilt when you stumble or fall short of your own expectations. My love does not waver in those times. Rather, I draw even closer, eager to lift you back to solid ground and wash away your shame. I understand the spiritual battles that rage within you, and I promise that you are not alone in the fight, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. Cling to the truth that I am your ever-present help, and I will never let condemnation have the final word. When relationships become strained, and you feel misunderstood or even betrayed, know that I weave redemption into every broken thread of connection. I see the tear-filled arguments, the shattered trust, and the echoing silence when words fail. My grace is sufficient to heal the wounds left by others, and my wisdom can guide you to forgiveness and restoration, even when reconciliation seems impossible. Remember, I always stand ready to mend the divides that weigh on your heart, for my desire is to see you free from bitterness. I recognize your discouragement when your efforts to do good seem unfruitful, and the seeds you have sown appear dormant in barren ground. Do not lose hope, for I am the Lord of the harvest, and I oversee the growth of every seed planted in faith. Sometimes the weight feels unbearable, but I assure you that no seed of obedience or love is wasted in my kingdom. Trust in my perfect timing, for I will bring forth an abundant harvest when the moment is ripe. Often, you might feel like your prayers go unanswered, like your cries for help vanish into the silence of the night. Yet I assure you, not a single prayer goes unheard, for I am attentive to the faintest whisper of your soul. My response may not align with your expectations, but my ways are higher, and my perspective sees eternity. Rest in the certainty that I am always working for your ultimate good, even when my hand remains hidden to your eyes. I see when your heart breaks at the suffering in the world, wondering where justice can be found, and questioning if love truly prevails in the midst of chaos. In these moments, I call you to partner with my compassion, to bring light to dark corners and extend mercy to the hurting. Your frustration with the brokenness of humanity is a sign that your spirit resonates with my desire for redemption. Take heart, for I move through willing hearts, and together we can shape a future filled with grace. I also know those times when your faith is challenged by scientific doubts, cultural pressures, and the barrage of conflicting voices that clutter your mind. Even then, I remain your foundational rock, steadfast amidst the shifting sands of new ideas. I do not fear your questions, nor am I threatened by your search for truth, for every true discovery ultimately testifies to my design. Stay anchored in me, for I will guide you through every uncertainty and show you that my wisdom surpasses every human concept. I am your refuge, your safe fortress when storms rage and lightning strikes, holding you close beneath the shadow of my wings. When threats encircle you like roaring lions, I stand as your strong tower, ensuring that no harm shall come to your core identity. My child, do not fear the arrows that fly by day or the terrors that prowl at night, for my shield of love encloses your spirit. Remember that I will guard your path and supply you with hope that outlasts every tempest. Even when circumstances seem overwhelming, I am orchestrating events behind the scenes, working all things together for your benefit. The battles you face are not solely yours to fight, for I have dispatched my heavenly messengers to watch over you. Though you may feel outnumbered, my power is greater than any force that opposes you, and I reinforce your courage daily. Let your heart rest in my vigilance, for I am the God who never sleeps and never neglects my own. I am the Good Shepherd who leads you to green pastures and still waters, providing nourishment and rest for your weary soul. When the valley of shadows lies before you, do not be alarmed, for I walk beside you, warding off every threat with my comforting staff. In the darkness, My presence will be your guiding light, and I will not allow confusion to reign over you. Lay down your anxieties at my feet, for I have prepared a banquet of peace even when adversity surrounds you. I have established my word as a lamp to your feet, shining on the path you should tread, so you need not stumble in uncertainty. My promises stand like immovable mountains, unaffected by the shifting winds of doubt or fear. In seasons of dryness, I send my living water to refresh your spirit, ensuring you never wither away from discouragement. Trust that I am your sure defense, a wall of fire that encloses your being, and no weapon forged against you can truly prosper. Call upon me in your distress, and I will answer you, rescuing you from the pit of despair, so your hope may be renewed. I have carried my children through fiery trials and raging floods throughout every age, and my arm is not too short to reach you today. Even when you cannot see the way out of your situation, my wisdom is already creating pathways in the wilderness. Believe that I hold solutions far beyond your imagination, and I am eager to prove my faithfulness on your behalf. When your soul feels under attack by negative thoughts, accusations, or guilt, I am the one who battles on your behalf, silencing the voices that seek to destroy your peace. No condemnation from your past can stand against the power of my redemption, for I have already declared you forgiven and set you free. My Son has paid the price for your failures, so do not carry the burden of shame any longer. Instead, stand in my triumph, knowing I will keep you secure under the banner of my grace. In times of natural calamities, I am still your rock, providing safety in the midst of swirling winds and quaking earth. Place your confidence in me, and even the mightiest storms shall not topple the foundation of your spirit. I oversee the forces of nature, and my hand can bring calm where chaos reigns, turning disasters into opportunities for my glory to shine. Rest in my sovereign protection, for I never fail to defend those who belong to me. I am keenly aware of the battles against your loved ones, and I stand ready to fight for your family, bringing reconciliation, healing, and unity. I see the hidden dangers lurking around them, and I send my angels to guard their steps, preventing harm that you may never even know about. Trust that my arms are not limited by distance, for I can hold them close even when you cannot. Rely on my infinite care for those you cherish, and watch as I transform fear into praise. Even when you walk through the fire of trials, you shall not be consumed, for I am in the flames with you, just as I was with my faithful servants of old. The heat may rise, but I will shield your spirit, ensuring that what is meant to destroy you only refines you. My promise is not that you will never encounter troubles, but that I will sustain you through them, turning every tribulation into a stepping stone for your growth. Hold on to my hand, and you will emerge without the smell of smoke clinging to your soul. I gather you as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, offering shelter from the harsh realities that threaten to break your spirit. My protective love extends beyond your present generation, reaching your children's children, for I am a God of covenant and legacy. While the world's uncertainties swirl like a violent sea, I provide an unshakable anchor in my presence, so you may rest in tranquility. Open your heart to my protection, and watch as I guard your mind with perfect peace. Do not be dismayed when the future looms like a dark and foreboding storm, for I have gone before you to secure the path. My plans for you are saturated with purpose and hope, and I will not allow any strategy of darkness to thwart them. Through adversity, I am forging a strength in you that reflects my glory, preparing you to stand as a beacon for others. Take courage in this. I am the author of your destiny, and I protect my beloved with unwavering devotion. Let my word be your constant shield, speaking life over your circumstances. For when you align your thoughts with my truth, fear must flee. You are surrounded by my presence, as real as the air you breathe, and my spirit stands guard over your every step. When enemies arise against you, remember that victory is mine to give, and I have already conquered all evil at its root. Rejoice, for I place you on solid ground, safe in my everlasting arms. I bid you, lift your voice to me in prayer, for I am closer than the breath you inhale, and I treasure every word you utter in faith. Pour out your joys, your sorrows, your anger, and your doubts, for I am big enough to handle it all without withdrawing my love. Do not hesitate to share your true heart, for the prayers of the sincere are like sweet fragrance rising before my throne. Enter my presence with the expectation that I hear you, and watch as I respond in ways that will build your trust. You do not need elaborate ceremonies or perfect words, for I listen to the language of your heart, discerning meaning beyond your syllables. Let your prayer be like breath, constant and natural, for I find great delight in ongoing fellowship with you. When you invite me into every aspect of your life, from the smallest details to the grandest dreams, you open a door for my miraculous hand to move. Choose to speak to me honestly, and I will show you that my ear is never closed. Cast your cares upon me, for I care for you with a zeal that is immeasurable, and I long to take the burdens that weigh you down. Surrender your fears, your insecurities, and your defeats, placing them into my capable hands where they can no longer harm you. Each time you release these concerns, you gain freedom to soar above the limitations that once held you back. Trust in my compassionate nature, and you will find the load on your heart becoming light. Let your faith arise like a mighty wave, overshadowing every doubt and pushing forward to the shores of my unending promises. The storms that rage around you cannot withstand the power of a heart fully anchored in me, so allow your prayer to become a declaration of hope. I am not distant or passive. Rather, I am deeply invested in your journey, ready to align circumstances according to my eternal wisdom. Remember, I am the God who parted seas and calmed tempests, and I can calm yours as well. In the quietness of your room, speak to me as you would to a beloved friend, for I have called you into intimacy, not ritual. Bring your questions, your what-ifs, your frustrations with the chaos of this world, and place them before me. As you linger in my presence, I will whisper new perspectives and open your eyes to solutions once hidden by anxiety. Embrace my invitation to pray without ceasing, and watch how my peace saturates every corner of your life. When you pray, do not hold back your tears, for they speak volumes that words cannot contain, and I bottle each tear with compassion. If your voice quivers or falters, do not worry, for I understand the broken language of a contrite heart. Invoke my name even in your darkest seasons, for in the realm of prayer, darkness loses its grip under my brilliant light. You are never alone in your supplication, for my spirit intercedes with groanings too deep for words. Call out to me for wisdom, and I will dispense it liberally, granting you insight into decisions that currently confound your mind. Do not shy away from asking for clarity in your relationships, your work, and your personal growth, because I desire your flourishing. Your requests are not a nuisance to me. They are opportunities for me to reveal my goodness and faithfulness. Knock, and the door shall be opened. Seek, and you shall find that my counsel is freely offered. Train your heart to seek me first, before you run to the opinions of others, or the fleeting comfort of temporary escapes. I am the wellspring of truth, and I see every angle of your situation without distortion. By placing me at the forefront of your decision-making, you allow my hand to intervene swiftly, preventing unnecessary detours and heartbreaks. Surrender your inclination to handle everything on your own and discover my joy in guiding your steps. Release your grip on control, for control was never meant to be your burden, and in your attempts to hold it, you rob yourself of my liberating peace. When you choose trust over anxiety, you invite me to demonstrate my power in ways that will astound you. Remember how I fed thousands with a few loaves and fish, and how I turned water into wine. There is nothing I cannot do. Let my track record of faithfulness be the evidence you need to place your full reliance in me. Let your prayers be marked by thanksgiving, recounting the moments I have carried you, rescued you, and surrounded you with my mercy. Gratitude enlarges your heart's capacity to see my hand at work, even in mundane details. When you practice thankfulness, your perspective shifts, and hope begins to radiate from your spirit, shining like a beacon for others. Embrace a heart of praise, for the more you bless my name, the more my blessings flow unhindered. Teach your children, your friends, and your neighbors the power of prayer by modeling it openly, for a living example can ignite faith in many hearts. Let them see how you bring every concern, every triumph, and every decision before me with sincerity. I will honor your transparency, using your life as a canvas to paint my extraordinary works. Trust that I orchestrate connections and conversations to spread my light, and your devotion to prayer will become a ripple that touches countless souls. Finally, approach me with bold expectation, believing that I reward those who earnestly seek me, for I delight in responding to unwavering faith. Even if you cannot see immediate results, do not relent, because my timing is perfect, and my answers are fashioned from eternal perspective. Pray with the assurance that I am already working behind the scenes, bringing forth outcomes that exceed what you could ever plan. Let your prayer life be a testimony of hope, calling down blessings from heaven and opening doors of divine possibility. Now, lift your eyes toward the horizon, for I have prepared a future overflowing with goodness, beckoning you to walk forward in faith. The difficulties you endure are shaping you, molding your character to reflect my own, so that you might inspire others through your testimony. I do not waste the seasons of waiting, nor do I dismiss the times you stumble. I weave them all into a grand design of redemption. Release your regrets, for I stand ready to do a new thing, forging new paths through deserts you believed were endless. I urge you to envision the promised victories that lie ahead, the freedom from fears that once weighed your soul, and the joy that springs up from your heart like a bubbling well. My spirit within you is a fountain of life, a powerful force that refuses to be quenched by setbacks or disappointments. You were meant to thrive, to stand in the fullness of my plan, illuminating the world with your unwavering confidence in my guidance. Cling to this vision, for it shall fuel your endurance when trials arise. Remember that I am the author and perfecter of your faith, the Alpha and Omega, who sees your beginning and your end. Nothing escapes my sovereign sight, and I have already lined up opportunities, relationships, and resources that will propel you into a blessed tomorrow. Rest in the knowledge that I am weaving every strand of your story for ultimate good, even those strands you deemed failures. Take a step forward with a heart full of trust, and watch me transform your challenges into stepping stones. Dare to dream bigger, for I place God-sized dreams within you that surpass the boundaries of human logic, so my power can be made manifest. You are destined to walk upon water, to stand in fire without being burned, and to conquer mountains once viewed as insurmountable. Let your faith speak louder than your fear, and do not limit yourself by the expectations of the world around you. I am with you, giving you courage to leap where reason tells you to stand still. Each new day is a gift. Unwrap it with anticipation. For my mercies are new every morning, and my compassions never fail. The regrets of yesterday need not define your future, because my grace is a constant covering over your life, renewing your mind and restoring your soul. Trust that your best days are ahead of you, for I delight in leading you from glory to glory, increasing your capacity to reflect my heart. Let the horizon of tomorrow fill you with excitement, knowing I have already gone before you. I call you to a steadfast hope that endures through setbacks, for tribulation produces perseverance, perseverance produces character, and character produces hope. You are not merely surviving the storms of life, you are rising above them, discovering that my strength is perfected in your weakness. Let your hope be like an anchor, securing you in my promises, so you remain unshaken when the winds of adversity blow. Embrace the process, for I am shaping you into a vessel of honor, fit for every good work in my kingdom. Envision the day when you look back on these struggles and see them as the scaffolding upon which your faith was built, each hardship a rung leading you closer to my heart. Soon you will reflect on the endurance you gained, the compassion you learned, and the miracles you witnessed. My child, do not lose sight of the reward that awaits you, for I am a God of restoration, repaying double for your former shame. Look ahead with expectation, for I delight in reversing your fortunes and elevating you beyond your dreams. Proclaim my goodness in every chapter of your story, for your testimony has the power to awaken others to the reality of my love. Stand as a living witness to the transformation I bring, demonstrating that I can indeed make beauty from ashes. Do not be silent about the wonders I have done. Share them freely, so that hearts burdened by doubt may find renewed faith. Shine like a city on a hill, for the darkest valley cannot eclipse the light I have placed in you. Carry the torch of hope into your workplace, your household, and your community, illuminating conversations with a perspective that extends beyond the present darkness. You are my ambassador, a carrier of my truth, sent to spark change and to heal wounded souls through the power of my Spirit. As you keep your eyes on my promises, they will reflect in your words and actions, drawing others to the source of life. Radiate my love, for you are an instrument in my hands, shaped to bring blessings to those around you. Anticipate the day when all your questions find resolution, when every tear is wiped away, and you stand in the fullness of my redemption. That eternal perspective grants you the resilience to persevere, reminding you that your journey is but a moment in the grand tapestry of my kingdom. The brevity of earthly trials fades before the brilliance of eternal glory, which I prepare for those who love me. Rejoice, for your present sufferings cannot compare to the joy set before you, a joy that I have reserved for my beloved. Therefore, move forward with unwavering confidence, for I am he who promised and will fulfill every word spoken over your life. Your story is not over. Indeed, it is entering a chapter rich with possibility and laden with promise. Take my hand and walk boldly into tomorrow, for it brims with potential that my boundless power can unlock. Step by step, you shall behold my handiwork, culminating in a testimony that echoes through generations yet to come. My love for you will never fade, for it is anchored in my very nature, unchanging and everlasting. Let this truth be your resting place, the solid ground that supports you through every high and low. Though the earth may shift and the skies may darken, my affection remains a constant beacon, guiding you home. Never doubt my devotion, for I have etched your name on the palms of my hands, testifying that you belong to me eternally. I bless you with my peace, a peace that surpasses human comprehension, standing guard over your heart and mind through every situation you face. Receive this blessing as a shield against despair, as a balm for your anxieties, and as a catalyst for your faith. I bless your loved ones, your endeavors, and your future, pledging that my goodness shall pursue you all your days. Take hold of this promise, for I have spoken it from my heart to yours, sealing it with my unfailing word. Now, as you set your gaze forward, carry within you the assurance that the best is indeed yet to come. For I am the God who raises the broken, who lifts the humble, and who calls forth life where others see only emptiness. Stand tall in my presence, fortified by my love, and march forth with the banner of hope raised high. Never cease believing in my power to transform, to heal, and to restore. For I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Walk confidently into your tomorrows, for my promises stand, and I have prepared wonders beyond your greatest imagination.